Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fly Fishing Academy. Last episode we learned the knots for connecting your backing to your fly reel. And I showed you two ways to do that. If you didn't watch that video, make sure you catch that because one of those knots is actually going to be used today in this episode. So we're going to continue with our connections. So now that we've had our backing connected to our fly reel, now we got to connect our backing to our fly line, right? Most fly lines these days come with a loop. It's a lot cleaner than this because they actually weld the line together. This is just for demonstration purposes, but let's say this is your fly line and it has a loop in it. Super easy. Refer to the video I showed you on how to attach your backing to your fly reel. You can do a number of knots, but since I showed you how to do the uni knot in that video, it's the same thing. So I just take my backing, insert it through the loop of the fly line, and I show this much slower in the previous video, the previous episode of the Fly Fishing Academy. So if you haven't seen that, please check it out. But this is just the uni knot. And I'm going to slide that down to my fly line. Like I showed you in the first video, keep it real clean. So this knot in particular needs to be clean because more often than not, if you catch a big fish, it's going to run. And if it runs to this connection, if it takes all of your fly line out of your reel, this connection, if it's really bulky or if it's really sloppy, is going to catch on one of your guides and it's going to pop. Either more than likely your flies are actually going to pop because of this bulkiness getting caught on your guides, but there's a chance that you lose your fly line too if you didn't do this knot right. So if your line comes with a welded loop, just use the uni knot. It's super clean. I've had plenty of fish take me to my backing, and the uni knot connection to my fly line has never once failed me. So simple. I've already showed you how to do it. Check out the previous episode for a slower, more detailed explanation of the uni knot. And you can use that to connect your backing to a fly line that has a welded loop. Now, what if your fly line does not have a welded loop? Some lines do not come with welded loops, and so you're going to have to use a different method for that. Let me get this untangled and we'll show you that. Okay, so one method you're going to see for this is you would take your fly line, okay, and you would double it back. Simple, right? Now, give yourself some tag. Don't worry about it, right? Now you're going to take your backing and you're going to push it through the loop you just made. Okay. Then you're going to go under both pieces of fly line and come around. Just like this. Let me get my fingers out of the way. Okay, so we went through the loop and we just wrapped our backing around both pieces of fly line. Okay, once again, I've just slid this through the loop that I made. This fly line has no loop, but I made a loop, right? Just a makeshift loop real quick. And I'm going to now wrap my backing around the fly line. And we're going to do that, let's say 3 or 4 times, okay? So I went 4. So check it out. Let me show you that. Get that centered. There we go. So there's my backing wrapped around my fly line. Okay, and now that it's wrapped around, all I'm going to do is put it back through the loop I first came through. So now my backing should be coming out. Both pieces should be coming out of the same side of that loop I created. See that? I have nice real nice wraps, right? And the fly line is extending back this way, nice and straight. Nothing's tangled up. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten it down, keeping everything real nice. Okay, and once your fly line is nice and it looks really nice and organized, look at that. You can pull down real hard. Okay. Get that centered. There we go. So this is the Albright. The Albright knot. And that's how you would connect your fly line to your backing if your fly line does not have a welded loop. So obviously now we're going to trim these tag ends, because if these stay, we're defeating the purpose, right? These are going to get caught in your guides and you're going to lose that fish if it runs to this. If it runs all 90 feet of your fly line, it's going to get caught on this connection and you're going to lose your rig, you're going to lose the fish, you could possibly lose your fly line if this connection isn't right. So in this episode I showed you how to use the uni knot to connect your backing to your fly line if your fly line has a welded loop, and I showed you how to use the Albright knot to connect your backing to your fly line if your fly line does not have a welded loop, and that's this knot. So we've now completed 2 connections in our fly rod assembly, and that is connecting backing to your fly reel and your backing to your fly line. So in the next episode of this rigging module, I'm going to show you how to connect your fly line to your leader. So make sure you come back for that, and thanks for watching.